Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining this speech session. I'm Laura-Mae Macadré. I'm project manager at OPEN-C Foundation. And today we'll speak about OPEN-C demo. We are launching a new call for grid-connected projects at SEM-REV. So this afternoon, for this speech, I will invite my colleague Arnaud Blangy from OPEN-C, but also Philippe Montbet from Bretagne ATLANTIQUE for this speech. And we also have the support from Région Pays de la Loire for this initiative. So during this speech, we will start with an introduction on OPEN-C demo, the context, the objective. Then we will discuss the test site in itself, the SEM-REV test site. And we will finish with the conditions for participation and the prize. So before we start, let's have a quick introduction about OPEN-C Foundation. So we are a non-profit public organization. We manage the existing test sites in France for offshore renewables, so floating wind, wave, tidal, floating solar, hydrogen production. And clearly, we provide test areas at sea to test innovative solutions and build research projects in the view to accelerate the energy transition. So we manage the existing test sites in the Atlantic and Mediterranean Sea, but we also develop new ones according to the needs of the sector, in particular, high-power test sites for floating wind turbines of 15 megawatts and more. So today, the big announcement is that we are launching a new call for demonstration projects at sea. It's called OPEN-C Demo. We are working collaboratively with Bretagne ATLANTIQUE and Région Pays de la Loire for this call. And the idea is really to support innovation, to provide a unique opportunity to developers to test at sea, to identify future projects for the SEM-REV offshore test sites, and to ensure a transparent and equal access to public infrastructure. So we meet the regulatory requirements associated to the SEM-REV site lease. I will give the floor to Phil for a quick word about Bretagne ATLANTIQUE.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. And thank you for inviting me. And quite happy to collaborate with OPEN-C in this opportunity. So the Bretagne ATLANTIQUE is a sea innovation cluster with a membership of 460 with a focus on basically all the topics from the blue economy, but in particular marine renewable. That's why we're here. And we hope we can help this initiative and OPEN-C to make sure that all the ecosystem, all the members and all the stakeholders basically of the region and beyond can benefit from this opportunity. So we will make sure we use our channels to promote the initiative, and we will support OPEN-C to deal with all the application, the jury, and so on.
Thank you, Phil. So regarding the call, the objective is really to identify, to select one or several offshore renewable prototypes to be tested on the SEM-REV offshore test site. So we are looking at offshore renewable technologies. So it can be floating wind turbine, wave energy, floating solar, or energy conversion systems. We are looking in priority at grid-connected projects. In terms of maturity, it would be a TRL 5 or above, because we are speaking about a prototype to be tested in a real sea, in a real operating environment. And the test duration would be minimum 1 year to several years, from October 2027 at the earliest. The project should be suitable with the SEM-REV test site conditions in terms of resource, of bathymetry, in terms of space on the test site. And we are looking at technology developers, so they can be alone in consortia, they can be French, international, industrial, academics, any types of technology developers. The main date to be reminded is the 10th of July. So we are launching the call now, and you will have about 2 months to answer this call for projects. Now I will give the floor to Arnaud for a presentation of the SEM-REV test site.
Thank you, Laura-Mae and Phil. Hello, everybody. I'm Arnaud, SEM-REV Test Site Director. And I'm going to present you what we offer in the call as infrastructure or support for your project, for prototype project. So first of all, I would like to ask a question. How many do you think there is a cable available, ready to use in France to make prototype testing for floating wind or wave energy converter? There is only one, so that's a unique opportunity. And in Europe, it's about in between 5 and 10 cable ready to use for floating offshore project, prototype project, or wave energy converter. So it's why we want to focus on this. It's a unique opportunity to have a priority to access this infrastructure. What we offer in terms of infrastructure, first of all, is a dedicated slot for prototype project with pre-authorized project area for your project. So we give access quicker to the ocean for the test with this. The area is delimited by a special mark and is well known by mariners in the area because the site is 20 years old. So we give a safe area for the test. The most special is the grid connection power system to the distribution system with a cable that allows to export energy or to consume at sea, or to transfer data, high velocity data, with fiber optic connection in the export cable. We offer a very good understanding of the environment where the test is happening, because we have 20 years of environmental data acquisition and a few projects that we have assessed their impact on environment. And last one, for the project, we give remote access to their prototypes through a network, secure network, with a tailor-made supervision system for the safety of the project, with a duty team 24/7 hour to assess risk on the project. Let's focus on where is SEM-REV. So SEM-REV is located 20 kilometers away from Le Croisic, accessible by train, and close by there is a Saint-Nazaire Harbor, that is the fourth harbor in France. So all infrastructure to build the prototype or to have access to special infrastructure for your project. So I have said the site is 20 kV grid connection. The area is 1 kilometer square at sea. Depth is around 32 to 30 meter LAT, so mean level water is about 35 to 40 meter depth. That is a sandy seabed, and the conditions are appropriate for wave energy conversion or floating wind project. What is in orange dot is the export cable making the link between the site and the shore. Let's zoom on the site now. So we have one export cable on 3 slots. One is currently busy by FlowGen project that is leaving in 2027. This is the first offshore wind project in France that has been grid connected and has been installed in 2017. So the goal of this call is to take over FlowGen project, basically. Second slot is already busy by France Atlantique project, led by Eolink, and that should come in 2027. And there is a third slot, third plug. We are looking to plug a multi-purpose platform on it, but the call is for the first plug for to take over FlowGen project, or maybe a second plug would be available also. So we give access to infrastructure, and we also give support for the project, for the demonstration to become a success. We have built a huge experience over 20 years of data acquisition on the site and 10 years of operation of the site with the FloGen project on other projects like a WaveGem project or Sea-Life project for hydrogen production at sea. So on all key components for demonstration, for authorization, for environment data acquisition or of impact assessment, sorry, and engineering in all key aspects for the demonstration, and also for partnership, networking, knowledge of the stakeholders around the area. Last one, but not least, if for your project you need to investigate a research area for your development, as we come from École Centrale and we quite know very well academic partners, we can bring partners around the project to bring a collaborative project. So what to take with you about key benefit for your demonstration project is a full-scale validation in real condition with an operational site ready to be used, grid connection, unique grid connection in France. We give projects to save time as there is pre-authorization and we know all stakeholders around, so it will give access to see quicker than if you need to start from the beginning of the process. We give project to reduce costs as all infrastructure are already ready to be used. There is no need to invest in an export cable. SEM-REV is 30 million of investment since its beginning, and this amount of money and the remaining money necessary for exploitation is pooled around the project to give access at a reduced cost for at sea. All this mitigate risk with our expertise on supporting the project from the beginning to the dismantling. Thank you. I give back the micro to Laura-Mae.
Thank you. So now let's see concretely how will you participate to this call. So here the main message is that there is a dedicated website that you can see here in orange, and you can flash the QR code to access it, where you will get all the information. There are call rules where everything is explained, and you will get all the information in terms of eligibility. So we mentioned it, we are looking at offshore renewable projects for test at sea. There are some eligibility regarding the candidates, but basically it's for standalone, consortia candidate, etc. I already mentioned it at the beginning. And once we will get all the applications, we are building a jury with representatives from OPEN-C Foundation, but also Pôle Mer Bretagne Atlantique and Region Pays de la Loire. We will analyze and evaluate all the applications based on two main criteria that are technical capability. So we'll look at the suitability of the project based on the SEM-REV conditions, but also is there a grid connection considered? What is the project status and project, the timetable, etc. We will also look at the economic and financial capability of both the project but also the applicant. For instance, is the funding plan credible, sound, robust, etc. So let's have a look at the planning. Today is the official launch of the call for project. Then on the 8th of June, there will be a webinar where we will go in more details. And if you have any questions about the call, you will get more information about this. The 10th of July is the deadline to answer the call. So there are about 2 months between now and the deadline to apply for this call. And after that, so we will analyze the applications, we will shortlist, and some shortlisted candidates, only the shortlisted candidates, will be invited for interviews at the beginning of September. In October, we will announce the winners of this call. So now let's go to the price. What will you win if you are awarded for this call? First is the access to a grid-connected slot on the SEM-REV offshore test site, and it's quite a unique infrastructure, as explained by Arnaud earlier in the presentation. Then there is a funding up to 25k euros in total for all the call, and under certain conditions. There will be a tailored support from Fondation OPEN-C on technical, administrative, but also fundraising aspects. There is also a tailored support from our partners, Mer Bretagne, ATLANTIQUE, and Region Pays la Loire, in particular for project development and identifying other funding schemes for the project. And a specific visibility for the projects awarded, but also the candidates, with specific communication actions that will be developed according to the project. So at a glance, here is the takeaway. So if you have an offshore renewable project that you would like to see tested on the SEM-REV offshore test site, then you can apply here. And if you want more information, you can attend the webinar that we will organize on the 8th of June. So if you want to participate, you can contact us, discuss with us after all, come on our booth, or send us an email at this address. Thank you for your attention, and if you have any question, don't hesitate. Any question? If you are shy, we can discuss after on the booth or with a coffee. Okay, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.